Claudia Jones was a Trinidadian activist who made significant contributions to London's black community by founding the West Indian Gazette, one of the first major black community newspapers in Britain, and by organising the 1959 Caribbean Carnival, the precursor to the Notting Hill Carnival. Born in Trinidad in 1915, she moved with her family to Harlem, New York, aged 9 in 1924. Her experience of poverty and racism in the United States and her own mother's death from overwork and exhaustion spurred her activism on behalf of the black community and led her to join the Communist Party. As the Cold War intensified, she was persecuted and imprisoned under McCarthyism for un-American activities due to her communist convictions. She was deported to Britain in 1956. In her essay, The Caribbean Community in Britain, published in the summer issue of the Freedom Ways Journal in 1964, she identified three main challenges facing the community in Britain: the constant pressure of daily survival, the search for the fundamental significance of their national identity, and the lack of an organised perspective for a progressive united West Indies at home. She saw the need to organise and above all unite the Caribbean community to strengthen its voice. In 1958, Claudia Jones co-founded the West Indian Gazette, which played a crucial role in informing and defending the black community amidst the racially charged climate of the time. The Gazette's editorial stance was to stand for a united and independent West Indies, full economic, social and political equality, and respect for human dignity for West Indians and Afro-Asians in Britain, for peace and friendship between all Commonwealth and world peoples. These principles manifested themselves in the aftermath of the Notting Hill riots of 1958. Tensions between newly settled Caribbean migrants and the white working classes sparked a series of racially motivated attacks on the local black community, in which hundreds of people were arrested. In response, the West Indian Gazette sponsored and organised the Caribbean Carnival on the 30th of January 1959. It was conceived as a means of re-establishing community spirit, to serve as a harmonising and transformative event following the clashes. Claudia Jones's aim was to create an event that echoed Caribbean carnival festivals, and she was no doubt inspired by the carnival traditions of her home country, Trinidad. Calypsos and calypsonians were central to the carnival from the beginning. Calypsos were historically used to ridicule colonial masters and have deep roots in resistance and political commentary. They are also an important vehicle for the forming of collective identity and solidarity. Calypsonians are regarded as the voice of the people, and throughout the 20th century often promoted African solidarity and encouraged Caribbean independence from colonial powers such as Britain and the United States. Claudia Jones and the co-organisers behind the carnival harnessed the power of calypso and carnival to affirm the presence of the Caribbean community in Britain, while also providing a vehicle of protest against the injustices and discriminations they faced in their new home country. The carnival became an important platform for community solidarity. The proceeds from the souvenir publications of the first Caribbean Carnival, similar to the ones here, which we hold at Senate House Library, were used to support those fined during the Notting Hill events. Claudia Jones's role in setting up the carnival and her continued activism on behalf of Britain's African and Caribbean peoples solidified her importance as a pillar of the community until their death in 1964.